Oh, beautiful, oh, spacious sights from every place of praise. Yes, good morning to you, everyone of my subscribers. But before I get into everything, let me go into our Father's prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy you are the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. O beautiful America, and people are trying to destroy it, coming from other places of the world and desecrating the American flag. I had watched so many videos on these protests that are taking place nationwide here in the United States of the Americas. First, it started with the LA protesters, and it wasn't even a protest, it turned into a riot. And there are some people who are fighting for the freedom of their people in Mexico. And then you got the ones who are the criminals who are paid by agencies to create these problems and rioting, burning the American flag and waving the Mexican flag, and then want to say that California belongs to Mexico. Then you got the governor over there wanting, instead of him trying to get things under control with the people in California, and also the mayor, they sitting up there trying to ignore the root of all that is taking place in LA, in South LA, out there in California. Instead of focusing on the people, they are pushing and trying to pander the people with foolish ideology of what's really taking place and what really is going on. And people could see it as clear as day that this is not a protest. This is a riot, and they are destroying government property and also attacking law enforcers and doing all kind of criminal acts. Okay, ain't nobody stupid. If you are, then I pray for you to get some wisdom and more understanding, because this is not right. And this is why I say it's important that we should bring back American history in our schools, and that the schools, people should be taught patriotism and what that flag actually stands for. And burning it and waving a foreign flag is breaking constitutional laws. And so many people, families from all different places that came for their freedom to America and fought for this land. We're not going to just say black. We're not going to just say white. We're going to say people from all different places that escaped the government of their own native land to come to America for their freedom and opportunities. And those who died and put their life on the line to protect the soil of America. their freedom and did not want to go back to where they came from. And they were willing to put their life out there to die to protect the lives of the American people. It's a disgrace to see somebody burning the flag and the governor of that state sitting up there and just throwing everything at Trump. Everything he can pull out of his pocket and coming up with January the 6th. But I'm going to tell you this. Even though I wasn't really all that knowledgeable about what really took place on January the 6th, because it comes a day after my birthday. So I was on birthday mode, okay? Anything that deals with that day, I wasn't paying attention to no political stuff. I was into what I was celebrating, and that was myself being here and making it another year. So I'm celebrating my birthday around that time, also preparing my mind for my favorite R&B artist who's going through some political, not political, but going through some legal problems at that time. That was R. Kelly. His birthday is also around close to that time of the year. I mean, that day. So I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on at that time in the world of politics. I heard about it, how the Capitol was stormed by MAGA and how they, did whatever they did there. But one thing I listened to, even though what they did was wrong, okay, storming the Capitol and doing the things they did at that time, they did pay for it. They did not go unpunished. They were arrested and they were in prison. They all were arrested and went to jail. Just in 2025, I believe some of them was actually pardoned by the president or whatever like that, and they were able to regain their freedom, but they did go to jail. They did not go unpunished. Let's put that in mind. They broke the law and they had to pay a price for it. They broke the law. So they keep bringing up this January 6th thing. I just know that those people that did what they did in storming the Capitol on January the 6th of 2020 were arrested and were brought to persecution, and they all were charged, even though they were pardoned by the Chinese, but they did do time. You break the law, you get arrested, and you will have to pay for your crimes. Okay? So let's move that out of the way. But one thing they didn't do is they didn't burn the American flag. Okay? They did not burn the American flag. They didn't burn cars. They didn't riot in the streets or anything of that nature and block up traffic. What these people are doing is over the top of showing that they love their country, and they're doing it on American soil. And this is not what you call patriotism to America. This is what you call insurrection to America. It's a difference between the two. So let's get that together. Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi and all of y'all that's coming at Trump about January the 6th. Let's look at the difference of the crimes that were committed in America. Okay? Let's look at the crimes that was and how it was done in America. The Capitol was stormed by patriots who stormed the Capitol. The MAGA or whatever, they were the patriots of America, and they were overturning the fact that they did not want the Democrats to be in office, because the Democrats don't care about the American people. They only care about power and then supporting criminals and opening our borders to house and care and and house and what they call aid criminals that broke laws in their own country and coming over here, and you're abetting it. You actually supporting them in their bad behavior instead of doing it the right way. And even the Democrat presidents that we had, Clinton and Obama, both said it themselves. You break the law in America of coming here through immigration, you be sent back. We are not showing any favoritism, none of that. Nobody's getting a free ride. Both presidents, all presidents said that as far as the law goes in America. Yes, we are opening our borders to people that want to come here from other places, but it has to be done in the right order, in the right process. You don't come here, break the law in your country, and then we're going to take you into our country so you could break some more laws and use you for your political gain. And that's exactly what the Democrats have been doing, and now they are being exposed. That is what Gavin is doing, because he could have got this riot under control way before Trump had to go over his head to do it. It should never have to go to the president to do it, to cause, I mean, to call for military to come in and deploy military into state cities or into any place to take care of something that needed to be done. That's why you're in office, to do that. The president has other problems he has to deal with in the world, problems, and for the military to be used, for the other things that's going on that they have to do on their military duty, not to have to come into their own land and be called into their own land to guard and protect citizens' lives. Okay? So he could go somewhere with that, because when you study American history, there is a certain type of protocol and why government is set in place to govern the people. He's the commander in chief over our military, yes, but the thing is that before it has to get to that point, domestic government is supposed to deal with that issue first. The mayor of that city and the governor of that city. That's why American history is so needed today in our schools and our education of our children. So when they grow up, these things could be in them, so they'll know how America, the American government, is supposed to be governed and how things are supposed to be run. Now, what Governor Gavin did over there in LA is a disgrace. And I'm sorry, but I will vote him out. And that's why we talk about democracy. Okay, let's talk about democracy. I have it here on my screen, the definition of what democracy is. Democracy is often said to mean rule by the people. An example of this is in a system of government in which people vote their elected representative into parliament. And these people voted for this man, the American people, to be in office. Okay? They elected him, they paying his money, his salary, his everything. Whether you like Trump or not, the people you were supposed to take care of was the people, the American people who elected you. These people cannot vote. They have no rights to vote in the United States of America because they're not legally here. But you taking care of these people instead of taking care of the people who pay your salary. You and the mayor both. President Trump did not have to call the military to get things under control, because he saw it before when it happened in Minnesota, when the George Floyd, when they burnt down the police station. And Tim Walz, who was the governor there, did not act on it quick enough when the riots broke out. So he wasn't allowing it to go on again this time while he is serving in office as the president of the United States of America. And they all try to blame Trump. This is how dirty they are. They always trying to make it look like it's Trump's fault. Trump did this. Trump did that. Trump, 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 Trump. Instead of worrying about what they need to do for the people of the state that they supposed to be the government of, and seeing certain protesters going on, and they seeing this angry mob of illegals attacking federal officers, damaging property, burning flags and cars, and clogging up traffic, and saying this was a peaceful protest, trying to make the people look like we stupid. Now it's gotten to the point now where they think they could do this in every other city, because now all of a sudden they set the tone for it. They getting away with it, so everybody else gonna think they could get away with it too, and start the whole riots in every city there is. But I'm thank God for that governor over there in Texas ain't gonna allow it to happen. They were on cold. That is so embarrassing. And yes, I truly believe this man needs to go. The people that voted him in need to vote him out for allowing this to go on in their city. And he will never be the president of the United States of America. Oh, hell to the no. Even though I don't live in that state, but I see what's happening in that state, and I don't think I don't trust the vote for any Democrat after seeing all of this. After seeing what he didn't make it good for not even the Democrat Party. By blaming Trump. Trump was the last person to have to step in to bring law and order into the city of LA. He should have been the last person to call him. He should not have had to go over your head. So you're going to lose in this fight, buddy. Keep blaming Trump. You got Trump so in your head, instead of just doing what is right for the people and for those citizens' lives of these dangerous criminals. These people are really dangerous. Throwing Molotov cocktails, burning cars, trying to even, I saw a video where one of them was even trying to shoot a firecracker up at an airplane. This is how crazy they are and insane. This is talked about all over the world. Like, this is America. This is what they doing. And America is supposed to be the most richest, the most civilized country in the world. This is embarrassing. Trump did the right thing. Because it would have got a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse. Trump stepped in right in on time. It's not what he say, it's what he do. And how he moves. And that was a very wise move. That was a very smart move that Trump had to do what he had to do to protect those people in LA. Those poor innocent people in LA that ain't got nothing to do with it. Even the poor immigrants that came over here that did it the right way, legally, to become citizens of the United States of America. And left that Mexican whatever stuff behind. Yeah, they get to sometimes have their fun when they met Mexican culture or whatever here. They get to do all of that. But there's a time and a place for everything. And not only just coming from Trump, but that also comes from the Word of God. And we stand on the principles of our God as Christian nation, as a Christian nation. There is no excuse for the behavior of the government of the LA, Gavin Newsom or whatever his name is, and for Karen Bass. There's no excuse for their behavior. They should not be still serving their full term there in LA. They need to immediately be removed, and they need to put somebody in there who will do the job and who will be there for the people. These people are delusional, and they need to be investigated to see if they're working for the cartels. Because they know that some of those people that are over here that's illegally doing the crimes that they doing are part of the cartel. Because they interrupting their drug trafficking and their business over here in the United States, doing crimes and everything else like that and breaking laws. And they were thrown out of their country. They need to be investigated. They don't need to be serving there in that office anymore. They need to put somebody in there to be acting governor or acting mayor, until the term is finished. And then the new election for the 2028 comes up. And who's going to be the governor until they could get that mess cleaned up? Because them two don't look like they interested in doing anything. But just keep piling up lies and trying to fool the people. They need to be removed. And it can be done. And I'm pretty sure they working on it. So with that being said, I got to get out of here. I just said we need to start teaching American history again in school so people could all get an understanding of what America belongs to. It belongs to the people. It belongs to the people. Says it right here in democracy. That's not democracy, what they're doing. What they're doing is called treason. Selling out their country, selling out their patriot and who voted them in, and then lying to the people and playing on people's minds. I already gave you what democracy is. So you look it up. You go and see it for yourself. America belongs to the people. And that's the people. We are here as a melting pot, and our patriotism, and a lot of our people came here, whichever we came here, free or slave. It belongs to the people. And you're not serving the people very well. You're not even looking out for their safety here in the United States of America. You promote terrorism, treason, and all the things that we stand against in this country. You break a crime in America, you're a criminal, you go back, or you have to be persecuted for your crime, and you have to do the time for your crime. That's how it is in America. It is what it is. Nobody is getting by in this country, especially when you break the law of our Constitution and what we stand for in America. So with that being said, everybody have a wonderful and blessed Thursday. And if God's willing, I may or may not be back with you later on. Take care.